Hi, I'm Michael Swisher, a customer success engineer here at Ouster. Today, I'm going to walk you through a sensor unboxing. Here we have one Ouster sensor box. It has this special pink foam that keeps the sensor safe during travel. So if you plan on sending it anywhere, make sure to keep it. Now, on the top of the sensor, we have the sensor serial number, sensor part number, a QR code, and some other safety information. Now on this box, we have all of the necessary equipment to get connected to the Ouster sensor. We have an Ethernet cable, AC to DC power converter, an associated plug, as well as a SIN-bond connector. Now we're going to get connected to your sensor. Okay, now that we've unboxed the sensor, let's get connected. Here we have an Ethernet cable, an AC-DC power supply. We have a SIN-bond interface box where you can connect the Ethernet cable and the power supply. If you have any trouble connecting those to the interface box, please leave a comment below, or you can reach out to me at support@ouster.io. Now, the Ouster sensor is IP68K and IP69K rated. This means it has water ingress protection. We're going to go over connecting the SIN-bond connector to the sensor and how to use that water ingress protection. So one thing that I do is I hold the sensor a little bit angled, and you're going to want to rotate the collet with your thumb and your forefinger like so. You also want to apply pressure directly into the connector as you're rotating the collet. So I'm going to position it up. There's an up indication here on the sensor connector. Then I'm going to apply pressure and rotate the collet. It might take you a couple tries. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a small click, and that's important. If the sensor connector doesn't click, the water ingress protection is not present. One other thing to note is the sensor connector has a minimum and maximum bend radius. If you pull the connector like this, there is a force applied to the connector that causes the water ingress seal to break. You're going to want to keep the connector as straight as possible. There is additional information at ouster.com/downloads in the hardware user manual on the exact specifications for the bend radius. Now, let's head over to the laptop and get connected. We're going to go over here to the network settings. We're going to open it up with the wired connection, wired settings. Let's click this cog. This is the wired settings. We're going to head over to IPv4. Now, the best way to get started with Ouster sensor is to use link local. You can use manual and you can use automatic, but link local is by far the best way to go. So we're going to leave that as it is. We're going to exit out. Now, this is the Ouster.com homepage. We have the downloads. We have the developer resources. Under downloads, you can find some part numbers, data sheets, hardware user manual, firmware revisions. Everything that you could ever know about the Ouster sensor is here on the downloads page. Now we're going to head over to the sensor webpage. To get to the sensor webpage, you need to type in os-serialnumber.local, and then you should add a /. If you don't add a /, your browser is just going to search the internet for your serial number, and that doesn't work so well. So make sure you add the / to go directly to the sensor webpage. On the sensor webpage, you'll find the following: system information, a firmware update pane, system status, and configuration. The sensor webpage has multiple tabs, as you can see above. We have the diagnostics tab. Down here, at the bottom of the diagnostics tab, there's a systems diagnostics button. This will download a system diagnostics to your system. This is what you need if you ever need to contact support to figure out something that's wrong with your sensor. Next, we have the configuration tab, which has all the wonderful different features that our firmware team has enabled on our sensor. Now, on the last page, we have documentation. This is all the documentation right on the sensor webpage itself. I hope that was helpful in getting started with the Ouster sensor. If you ever need extra support, you can always reach out to support@ouster.io, where me and my team are servicing the queue. Thank you.